Hi guys, welcome back to my channel once again here on YouTube. Hope you're all well and I hope you had a good Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Sorry for the delay in videos, I haven't been well, as I mentioned in the other video I uploaded today. The top 5 Royal Rumble pay-per-views on DVD and Blu-ray. Please check that out if you get a chance. So today I decided I wanted to talk to you guys about TNA Hard to Kill. With TNA announcing that they're bringing back Genesis as their January pay-per-view. This means that they were replacing Hard to Kill, which had ran from 2020 to 2024 with five pay-per-views. All of them were released officially by TNA on DVD, and today I just wanted to check them out with you guys and remember Hard to Kill. Hopefully TNA will bring it back again one day, but it was good to hear that Genesis is going to return for the first time after 12-year absence on pay-per-view in January. I will cover Genesis in another video, hopefully. So let's have a look at Impact Wrestling or TNA Hard to Kill, the complete DVD collection so far. So beginning with the 2020 release of Hard to Kill, which we see Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard on the front. Their feud was fantastic over the TNA World Championship or Impact Wrestling World Championship as it was back then. They kept fucking changing the names and everything, but it was really cool. Not that they changed the name, the feud was cool. That's what I'm on about. So we had, there we go. There's the two at the top in the screenshot there, and their match listed there. Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard. This one also had the North take on Rich Swann and Willie Mack for the Tag Team Championship. Taya Valkyrie, Jordan Grace and ODB in a freeway Knockouts Championship match. Ace Austin against Trey in an X Division Championship match. Call Your Shot Trophy, Eddie Edwards versus Michael Elgin. First time ever, Rob Van Dam took on Brian Cage. Moose against Rhino, the Battle of the Animals. Madman Fulton against Ken Shamrock. And this was a very good Hard to Kill. If I was to ever rank these Hard to Kills, I'd find it very difficult because nearly all 5, I would say, 3, maybe 4 of them were really good. I'm not saying all of them were terrible. The other ones were terrible, sorry, but it'd be very difficult to rank a favourite out of 3 in particular, but maybe I'll cover that one day if that's something you wanted me to do, guys. Moving on, we have the 2021 Hard to Kill, which we saw Kenny Omega make an appearance, who was under contract to All Elite Wrestling at this point, so it was good to have an AEW World Champion appear in Impact Wrestling, joined by other AEW. Were they in AEW as well at that time, guys? I was going to call them the Motor City Machine Guns then. Fucking idiot. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I'm sure they were in AEW. But anyway, they joined Kenny Omega and Don Callis here in the main event as they took on Moose, Rich Swann and Chris Sabin in a 6-man tag. Obviously Don Callis wasn't involved as a wrestler in this. I was just including him because he was with Kenny Omega when Kenny Omega began his belt collecting throughout 2021. Yeah, and I just found this fascinating that Tony Khan, agreed to allow like a crossover between, like a talent exchange between both Impact Wrestling and All Elite. And it was very beneficial, especially for Impact at this point. Yeah, so we had that 6-man match, as I said. We also had Rosemary and Crazy Steve of the K take on Tenille Dashwood and Caleb with a K. Old School Rules, Violent by Design versus Tommy Dreamer, Rhino and Cousin Jake. Knockouts Tag Team Championship, Havoc and Nevaeh. Sorry if I get that wrong because the spelling's a bit weird, the way they've put the text here. Against Fire and Flavor. Manik versus Rohit Raju and Chris Bay for the X Division Championship. We also had Deono Purrazzo against Taya Valkyrie in the Knockouts Championship. Ethan Page against the Karate Man, which was quite entertaining, cinematic kind of matchup. Kind of reminded me of Mortal Kombat video game. We also had Barbed Wire Massacre, Sami Callihan versus Eddie Edwards, plus all this extra content as well. But yeah, like I said, just to see Kenny Omega in Impact was really special for me. It's really cool. Next up, we had 2022 Hard to Kill. And the cover was less, say, the other two looked pretty like horror movie kind of poster look, especially with the red logo and black kind of and red background. But they've kind of changed it up a bit here, and I don't mind this look. This one still looks pretty cool with the black and white kind of usage of photos here and everything else. I'm sorry, I'm shit explaining stuff, but I prefer this. No, I don't prefer this. I don't mind this. This is pretty cool, but it was slightly different to the other two, as I was trying to explain. They kind of had like more of a claret kind of color for the Hard to Kill logo there in comparison to the previous years. But yeah, it's good to see Mickie James, Deono Purrazzo, Matt Cardona, Moose, and what the fuck were you called here? Big Cass. Were you called? Oh, what were you called? Oh, well, I'll have a look in a minute. I forgot his name on when he was in TNA. He wasn't in TNA long, was he? Or Impact at this point, sorry. W. Morrissey, that was it. Yeah, so W. Morrissey, Matt Cardona, and Moose went at it for the Impact World Championship. I wish W. Morrissey had stuck around in Impact for a bit longer. He wasn't there long. 6 months, maybe less than a year. This one I also remember because we had Ring of Honor talent show up. Honor No More. I'm sure it's this one. Maybe it wasn't this one then. Apologies for that, guys. Yeah, let's just work through this match listing rather than me trying to guess off the top of my head every time. So we had a Texas Death Match, which was really cool for the Knockouts Championship. Mickie James against Deono Purrazzo. Obviously, the Freeway Impact World Championship match I mentioned just now. We had a Hardcore War, the Good Brothers. That's the team I was trying to think of their names just now. Gallows and Anderson, not the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's because of the Machine Gun Carl Anderson. I don't fucking know. And VDB versus Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Rhino, and Heath. Jonah versus Josh Alexander. And there's I think there's a mistake somewhere here because my good friend Nathan the Wrestling Guy had pointed it out when he done his pickups video for this a few years ago, and that's Jonathan Gresham's in one of these matches and not the other one. It was someone else. I don't think he was in this match. I can't remember who was in that match against Trey Miguel, but I'm pretty sure Gresham didn't pull double duty. It was an error, a printing mistake here on the DVD. Knockouts Ultimate X match: Jordan Grace versus Rosemary versus Alicia versus Tasha Stills versus Chelsea Green versus Lady Frost, and then the countdown to Hard to Kill. I think I know why Honor No More come to mind when I think of this. I think they show up. Spoiler alert! Sorry, I think they show up during one of the matches. So we have like PCO. Who are the other ones? Vincent, the guy with the dreads, not to be confused with Vincent NWO from WCW. I think Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Maria Kanellis Bennett, and I think there was someone else as well. But yeah, it was cool to see them all show up. It was like an invasion of Ring of Honor talent, and sadly it was the Ring of Honor talent that Tony Khan didn't have any interest in for his version of Ring of Honor, I guess. But he did agree to have Jonathan Gresham appear here defending his world championship against Chris Sabin, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's Hard to Kill 2022. Oh, guys, I am struggling to breathe. Fucking hell. I can't wait to get rid of this dirty ass bug. Next up, 2023. Yep, 2023. We have Hard to Kill from the Friday the 13th. And this is one of my favourite Hard to Kill posters and DVD artworks because of just the layout of it. And it looks like, being a horror movie fan, this looks like a horror movie, as I've mentioned before, and about this DVD in particular. Buddy Ray with a chain in his hand looking down on a trapped looking Josh Alexander. And you got Jordan Grace and Mickey James face to face there. And we have Alexander and Buddy Ray on the spine. And this one has Countdown to Hard to Kill, which is usually listed at the bottom, but you know, it's there anyway, so it's cool. Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus for the X Division Championship. Yeah, the Full Metal Mayhem World Championship match between Josh Alexander and Buddy Ray. I forgot it was a Full Metal Mayhem match, so there we go. That's pretty cool. Four-way elimination World Tag Team Championship match. So we have the Motor City Machine Guns versus Heath and Rhino versus the Bullet Club versus the Major Players. Digital Media title match between Moose and Joe Henry. Say his name and he appears. I think that's the one where the Sega Dreamcast is brought into the situation. I think Moose flips the bird at Joe Henry, and Joe Henry uses the Sega Dreamcast to flip a bird back, kind of thing. I think it's this. Apologies if I got that wrong, but that was pretty funny. Knockouts World Title #1 Contenders match. Masha Slamovich, Deonna Purrazzo, Killer Kelly, and Taylor Wilde. Steve Macklin versus Rich Swann in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Sorry, guys. Eddie Edwards versus Jonathan Gresham, and Mickey James against Jordan Grace for the Knockouts World Title. And I absolutely, like I said, I love the cover artwork for that. Fucking fantastic. And last but not least, we have 2024's Hard to Kill, which, yeah, you know, in comparison to the other previous artwork and logo, doesn't look as as appealing to me. That's just me though, being fussy. I'm not saying it's a bad looking DVD cover, but the other ones were certainly better, especially the year prior to this one, the 2023 one. But it's still cool to see Alex Shelley, Moose, Jordan Grace, Trinity, and Nick Nemeth on the front of this one. When I said I find it hard to rank them earlier, I don't mean any disrespect towards this particular Hard to Kill, but I couldn't imagine this one being like near the top. But I guess when I rewatch it back at some point, I can come to that conclusion. We had Alex Shelley against Moose for the TNA World Title. We had Knockouts Championship match between Trinity and Jordan Grace. Josh Alexander against Alex Hammerstone. Vikingo, Kushida, and Chris Sabin all go at it for the TNA X Division Championship. ABC, The Rascals, Grizzled Young Vets, and Mike Bailey and Laredo Kid for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. We also had the Knockouts Ultimate X match, which I remember being pretty cool. Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, Giselle Shaw, Jodie Frett, Zaya Brookside, and Danny Luna. PCO against Dirty Dango. And I forgot to mention that this is the time when it changed the logo. The company had changed their logo back to TNA again instead of Impact Wrestling. So we got TNA DVDs once again. and again on the spine, rather than it have Impact Wrestling. But yeah, it was good to have that back. Just for 1 year of having Hard to Kill under the TNA logo before we change over to Genesis next now. And it'd be very cool to have a Genesis DVD in my collection for the first time in 12 years. And I hope to cover Genesis in a video pretty soon, guys, depending on how well this video does. And hope you all had a happy new year and good Christmas. If I haven't said that already, I apologize if I did. Thank you for taking time to watch my video and putting up with me stopping and starting. Hopefully I'll be over this fucking bug soon. Dirty COVID shit. You all stay safe and wear your face masks and try not to go out in public. It's just everywhere again. Horrible stuff. Keep collecting as well. I want to know what you've got in your collections in the comments. And do you guys have all the Hard to Kills, or are you looking to collect all the Hard to Kills? I do believe a few of the earlier ones may be hard to obtain now through conversations with other collectors and other friends. And so if you are looking to collect those, you may have to go down the custom route, or however you want to pronounce that word. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below. It's good to speak to you guys again. Sorry, I'm not feeling too great. I'll catch you again soon for another video to see how well these two do today. These two videos I've done. Stay safe, guys, please, by all means, and like and everything else. Goodbye for now.